Before this video starts, I'd like to say hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, turn on bell notifications, and comment down below for your chance at winning a shout out in the next video. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a custom block, biome, and awesome cool little custom items in the new 1.12 Minecraft. So yeah, get excited because we can make awesome cool mods now. So yeah, as you guys see, I have this awesome cool armor on. I have a new sword that does super cool damage. This is an amethyst, and this ore that you see is called an amethyst crystal. And when you break it, you're given an amethyst ore, and when you break that, or when you gather that amethyst ore, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So let me give myself a pickaxe. So I'm actually in survival already, so let me go pickaxe. Let me go to give at all, and let me give myself a pickaxe. Instead of an amethyst pickaxe, I'm gonna give myself a diamond pickaxe. So if I break this, you guys will see that it takes an awful long time. This is a very rare biome, so whenever you do find it, it's going to have a lot of crystals here, so you will be able to craft a bunch of stuff, but you're going to need to pretty much mine. It's going to take some time. As you guys can see, it's everywhere. So yeah, it does only spawn in certain areas, but whenever you do get it and you have a bunch of ores, so I'm going to give myself a couple more, so give at all. And I'm going to give myself some amethyst. Let's give myself some amethyst ores. And how about 20 just for now? Alright, so I have some amethyst ore. And if you take these and you place them all inside, you get one amethyst. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're going to be mining. This is like a crazy little thing. Look at that. Oh my gosh. See, now we got a few amethysts. And yes, I do have the crafting recipes, so you guys can craft them once you have this. And they do different stuff. So actually, I'm going to kind of show you. So I already have one crafted. So let me get that. So yeah, it does work for the pickaxes and the hoes and everything like that. Spades and the swords. So you guys could get all of those. So if you go and you get a sword, as you saw here. Let's do this. I'm going to show you how to make this, by the way. So there we go. Boom. And if you take a pickaxe and you come over here. You do break this a lot faster with amethyst. So when you do get that, it's going to be a lot better. You can break these stone, and you can break dirt, pretty much everything a lot faster. So yeah, the only thing is it never expires, never runs out of date. I made it like that, but I'm still working on the add-on, and I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. So in the description, you guys can download this amethyst add-on. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you how to pretty much make that. Oh, and you can make amethyst blocks here by going into the crafting table and boom, bang, give yourself an amethyst block. Awesome, right? Perfect. Alright, so let's move on to the computer and I'll show you guys how to do this. Alright, now that we have made it to the computer, guys, we're going to pull up the add-on. I got the files here. I'm already inside of my files on the computer. But if you're wanting to change this or kind of learn how to do this yourself, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the basics. So let's go ahead and go to the resource packs of our folder. Now, I originally was going to make a Red Bull, which is also in this. You guys can do the Red Bull because this was like a thing that I was going to do with it. But the first thing, I'm giving you the packs, so just download it and you will be able to see the codes. So I'm going to give you an example. So go to the items. And all you would do is create a brand new item. Let's say this Red Bull. We'll create an adjacent, or you can use this. All you would do is just right click, press copy, paste it onto the desktop, and change the adjacent file. Now your identifier here is going to be whatever it is that you want to identify this as. So if I was making another item and I was going to call this, let's say, a glass sword. So I would do glass as the identifier, and that would be now everything that identifies with this. And this would just be like sword or whatever. If I was going to do that, and then this down here would be glass underscore sword. That's how I would do that, and this is what the format would look like. Ignore that, it's my phone. But yeah, that's how the items section of the resource pack would go. Now the text, this is very important. Now this one here, guys, is I'm going to show you how to do the blocks and the items for aka food or like custom enchantments or something. So this one here is like the Red Bull. It was food Red Bull, and I'm going to name it Red Bull. Of course, it's an item, so that's just giving. Now tile. Tile is a block. So as you can see here, the tile amethyst crystal is now named amethyst crystal. So that's going to define the amethyst crystal inside of the resource and the behaviors. Same with the ore block and all that. So I got 3. And then these, of course, are going to be all items. And then the enchantments, of course, are going to be item enchant. But that is completely up to you guys. Like I said, I'm giving you all the code. Make sure you do that. You do have to have a text. You do have to use in or whatever language you're in to create those. Tile is block. Item is pretty much everything else. Textures. Textures, you're going to need block, items, and models. Models is for the armor. I use chains, so you guys can see kind of here when it loads up. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So that's what my armor kind of picture looked like. I kind of made a tutorial on how to use this and do this in the Xbox to skin packs kind of thing. But yeah, I added that in there. But the blocks, so all you would do is create a folder, and any block you want to add, just add their picture. And their picture is simple. You don't need sides, you don't need up and down, you don't need blah 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 blah, unless you're gonna have crazy different kinds of style, like grass has the dirt mixed with the grass top and all that. But anyway, for most part, the block will be the same, and that's what they gave us. So this would be the amethyst block. And then it's going to be every side is going to look like this. So it's going to be one block. So keep that in mind, guys. The item is just whatever item, aka the Red Bull or Amethyst that I'm giving you guys in the description. Like I said, just download it. Now, you're going to need these two, the item texture and the terrain texture. So the items texture is basically saying where the textures are going. So if you're going to change this, I would just copy this and say, okay, if you're going to change like the Red Bull to, I don't know, like a new lava lamp. Okay, there you go. Then all you would do is put in the textures of the items folder, and then it has to be named lava lamp. Just like that. That's all you would do. And then of course you would go on and change these to so and so and so. So what this is doing is it's saying it's going to locate the textures file, it's going to locate the items file, and it's going to locate the name, which was aka Red Bull, and that's how that works for the items texture. Same with terrain texture, it's the same thing. So it's going to be looking for the textures folder, the textures blocks folder, and then the name of the amethyst ore, block, and crystal. And this is kind of how you would do that about all of those inside of the vanilla resource pack. So right up here, this folder is what this is linked to, if you guys didn't know. And then you're going to need the blocks adjacent, and then you can, and then we're done with the resource. So the blocks adjacent is pretty much the same as the blocks terrain. All you would do is you could give it a custom sound. So if you wanted that to be glass, obsidian, lava, portal, whatever your custom block sound is, that's what this would be. And then of course the textures is being linked, and then the actual identifier is being linked. So that way the blocks is linked with the textures. So let's go ahead and move on to the behavior packs. So the biomes, now this one is a little bit confusing. I'm not going to go over too much of this. So I'm going to kind of give you a brief rundown, guys. So the temperature would be how hot, like technically where it would be located between a scale of lava to ocean to so on. From what I understood, now I might be wrong, I would roughly keep it between 2 to 4. That's pretty much basic vanilla. I might be wrong on that. I only heard somebody tell me, and I didn't actually do research on that part. They kind of helped me with the biomes. I was very confused with the biomes in the 1.12, but I got some help and we got it going. So here we go. The overworld, I have it at less extreme. If you want it to be more, just take the less underscore out, keep it at extreme. Now the overworld surface, I have a floor depth of 1, which is roughly around 7 blocks high. Give or take maybe 8, depending on, like you saw in the video, it was only about 8 blocks depending on the biome itself. And then I had the floor material, which would be roughly around the right underneath grass, because I have grass here at the top material, so the floor material would be crystal. The foundation, which is in between both of them, I kept it stone, and then the mid material, which is what we're pretty much seeing as well, was the amethyst. So the floor material would be at the bottom. If there was diamonds, or if there was like ore you were digging down below, you would still see this amethyst crystal, but only in small ranks of a 1 depth. So it wouldn't be so much. And then the mid material is up above. Like you saw, I made it super hard to break, so it kind of like made good examples of the biome itself. It gave you a lot, but at the same time you have to have a lot, because if you're punching with your hand, it's going to take literally forever just to even make a pickaxe. I mean, it's going to be so much stuff. Now, it only spawns in the forest hills and forest areas of the generated world. It also goes in sunflower plains and regular plains according to their medium warmth or cold. This is straight vanilla, so I still am kind of confused about a lot of this. I was helped with a lot of this for the biome, but that is pretty much how it would be. You guys are more than welcome to just copy, paste, and change the ores to whatever, and it's very rare. We'll put it that way. Now the blocks is super easy. Now this, I have the amethyst, amethyst crystal, and amethyst. So let's go with the amethyst block. Now this one, guys, this is very important. The identifier is, of course, whatever it is that you want it to be identified, and then the name of the texture. And then if you want it to be an experimental, you could do true or false. And if you want it to be in the creative menu, you could do true or false. So if you want to be able to open the creative menu, you can see your block in that menu. And then this is very, very important, guys. If you go to your components in your Minecraft loot table, I have the amethyst block. So basically when I break a amethyst block, it's going to execute this loot table. So if you break it, you want it to give you, of course, the amethyst block back. But if you don't, like say it's an ore, it gives you the gem like a diamond does when you break a diamond ore, and so on and so on and so on. And then of course the destroy time here, I have it 8, but you could change that to either higher to make longer destroy time, or you can do lower to be shorter destroy time. The explosion radius is whether creepers or TNT destroys it. The higher, of course, is so on and so on. You can have it flammable or not. Now this block emission, you could change this to a 1 if you want it to emit a lighting source, kind of like glowstone, lava, so on like that. But if you don't, just leave it at 0. That's all you would do in that case, and then you could just copy and paste each individual block that you have. Now the entities I have here, you ready for this, guys? This is going to be a long tutorial, so I'm sorry if it's super long. So I'm going to take a drink, but we're going to go over the player and the entities. So yes, this is executing the custom items, when you're holding it, what it does, and so on. I'm going to give you this file. You're more than welcome to. I'm going to give you a quick tip on this. If you open it in Notepad and you go to edit and you go to replace all, you could do my amethyst, just like this. Amethyst, and then type in whatever you're doing. So let's say you're making an obsidian pack. Do obsidian, I don't even know how you spell it. That's probably right. Replace all, and it would replace all of these amethysts everywhere you see to obsidian. But make sure your identifier and your texture name is pretty much like this. But when you do it, it's doing for a Minecraft attack damage 1, and then if you're holding the sword, it gives you a damage of like 7 or 10 or 11 or whatever it is that you want it to do. But that's more complicated. I'll have to go over that in a separate video just for the player adjacent. Now the items here is all of the items. So I'm going to go over the Red Bull one. So the Red Bull one here is a food. You can actually drink it or eat it or whatever so called. And this one here has a use duration of 32. And you can use the supernatural status modifier. You can have it at always eat, so true. So even if you're full, you could still eat it, and it gives you a speed effect. The chance of the speed effect is 100%. Same with the strength, it's 100%. The duration is 30 seconds. for both, and the amplifier for the speed is 3, and of course 1 for the strength. So when you drink this Red Bull, or AK eat it, it gives you speed and strength for 30 seconds, which is pretty awesome. You can make custom cool, like eatable or drinkable items, or whatever it is that you want to do with that. That's all you would need to do inside of your items tab here. Now your loot tables, like I said, when you go back to your blocks and you break your blocks and it's executing this loot table here, this one is the loot tables. So you go into your blocks folder, and the Amethyst block, what it would do is in the pools, it's going to roll 1 time, so it's only going to execute it at once. Inside of the entries folder, it's going to be when you pretty much break the Amethyst block, it's going to set your count to 1. So when you execute this, whatever it is, it's going to give you an Amethyst block. And since I have it in my blocks, when I break it, it executes this loot table. It's going to give me 1 Amethyst block. And that's pretty much it for that part. And then you could go to your recipes, and then you could go to, like, say, the Red Bull for the recipes. So I have the format at 1.12, recipes, duration. And then, of course, you do your identifier, and then you have your crafting table inside your tag. So if you want to change this right here to a crafting table to like a furnace, a hopper, a chest, or whatever it is, a horse, it doesn't matter. Like whatever has a UI container, you would do right there. And then of course the patterns here are always going to be kind of confusing. I give you guys a few examples of how to do this inside this pack when you download it, but for the most part, 9 sugar in every block, or every little slot inside of a crafting table here will give you a Red Bull, and that's how that kind of would work. So I'll let you guys explore these, and that's pretty much it, how you would make kind of custom blocks and stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy. It's all here. If you guys kind of want to look at the Amethyst add-on that I made just for you guys, by the way, I made this add-on in 10 hours, 11 hours maybe, give or take, straight. I worked really hard on this. If you guys could leave a like, comment down below. Let me know if you guys like this, if I kind of explained enough, if I did a good job of explaining it, or whatever. Let me know. I tried my best, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm DAKONBLACKROSE, and I'm out.